Hello everybody, it is Nicole from iiKiui, and today I have the Inktober Sketchbook Tour. I didn't complete it all the way, I think I missed 3 days, but let's go ahead and get started. So this sketchbook I bought from Barnes & Nobles. It is a Piccadilly sketchbook. I'll leave it in the description if you guys are curious. And it was just because I had it lying around and I wanted to use it up. So this is where Inktober starts. The paper's pretty good for it. I use markers and pens throughout the entire thing. So the first day I actually did the day before October started, but I ended up not liking it that much. So I did another one, which was really quick, but I didn't realize that my theme would be like a one marker thing. This one I did use 3 markers, as you can see down here, and it was just a girl holding a pumpkin. And then here we have the really quick sketch. I basically did a sketch of a girl first, and then quickly outlined it really messily, and then threw in some color with a marker. And I was also testing out these markers that I had, the Touch 5 markers I reviewed earlier. And then here we have the second post of Inktober. It was an autumn witch. Originally I was going to do Witchtober, but I ended up just doing whatever I wanted. So some of them are witches and some of them are not. But yeah, this, as you can see, I used more than one color here. I didn't really start the one color theme until later on. And then here I did a drawing based on a picture. The picture that I posted on Instagram does not look like this because I messed up on the nose after I posted it, and yeah, you can see that it didn't really work out that well, but I was practicing some realism. Alright, and here is another witch. The theme for the day was student witch, so I thought of maybe a witch doing some magic, trying out some forbidden magic in school. And then here we have a spring witch, or at least some kind of like branch flower witch, and then I put these here because, as you can see, I went over because I didn't realize that it would be inside the picture, and I kind of just photoshopped it out in Instagram. But yeah, this tape won't come off, so it's kind of just stuck there. And here is a picture of me and my 2 bunnies. Its style is inspired by Tea Tiger Cafe. I'll leave a link down below if you're curious. She did this kind of small series of her and her fiance with their cat, and I thought the style was really cute, so I took some inspiration from that. And I did my own with myself and my 2 bunnies, Tomi and Tofu. And I did one more with me and my boyfriend, and it's the caption that I put for Instagram was an accurate representation of when he gives me sweets, because I love sweets. And then here we have a cat witch. This is when I started doing the one color theme throughout the entire thing. As you can see, there is some gray in there just to give it more dimension, but I ended up taking out the gray and just using one color. So this one I think is one of the last ones. Yeah, before I started using just one color completely. I do like how this one turned out. I wanted to get more movement. I just don't like how the cats turned out because I can't draw cats, so I need to practice that. And then here is a mermaid, and I was just kind of testing out the markers. This is when I was watching TV downstairs. I was actually watching Avatar: The Last Airbender with my sisters, and it took me a very long time to do this because I got distracted. But throughout the Inktober, I was trying to change how I did faces, like make noses different at least. Looking back, I think I did a pretty successful job of changing how I did faces, at least like slightly. I did try to change how like eyes were, noses were, and like maybe their lips and their face shapes, so some of them have actual jaw lines now and not just a pointy chin. So this one was inspired by the movie Leap. I had watched it the day before, and it's just the ballerina. I don't really know if ballerinas do this, but this one's inspired by the character Odette, and her nose is kind of like this, so I kind of did it based on that. And then here we have a little witch, and she is trying on her big sister's witch hat, which is what the theme I was going for this one. And I wanted to do something more childish, but also incorporating like some cutesy themes and trying to push that one color. So at first she didn't have these orange leggings, but since she's a child, I thought that it would be more appropriate to have orange leggings rather than bare skin. So I kept it that way, and then the stars were like a last minute decision. This one was kind of a rushed one, and I just kind of went in with a color. So usually I just pick a color and then I think of what to draw with that color instead of the other way around, because I think the color helps determine what I want to draw. So that's kind of what I've been doing on and off. Sometimes I'll have an idea in mind and then just choose a color that matches it, but sometimes I will choose a color first and then think of what would match this color or what would best represent this color. So that's what I did with this one. Kind of playing with shadows, so like on the back sides you can see that if you can see the form, then I think I've done it a little bit more successfully than like other ones where I couldn't see the form. I was also practicing on like poses and forms. So this one we have a random fairy, and there's no really real reason behind it. I just wanted to draw a fairy. I think it might have been Friday, so that might have been one reason. And then here are two sisters going underwater, maybe finding like some magical giant pearl. Inspired by Barbie and her sisters, because I actually really like that series, because I have two sisters myself, two younger sisters, so it's really fun to see their relationship, and it's kind of similar to my relationship with my sisters because we get along really well. And then here we have a girl with her raptor. This one was actually surprisingly really fun to do because I've never drawn a raptor before, and I had to look up a lot of references. Of course, there's not a lot of like real life reference, but there were things from Ark Survival Evolved, which I play, and then I ended up playing it afterwards because I really liked how this one turned out. Kind of want to practice drawing dinosaurs more in the future. That one's probably one of my favorite. And then here we have a girl who has a magical forearm because, as I mentioned before in my Instagram post, the model that I got from Banggood, it's actually the company Figma. Her arm broke off, so I decided to do a drawing based on it because why not? You get inspiration from the randomest places. If you hear scratching noises, that's just my bunny Tofu running around. He likes to go into the bathroom. Yeah, I don't know why, but he does. And then if you hear crunchy noises, that's my bunny Tomi eating food. So anyways, this one is a witch using her magical powers to take liquid out of a bottle. That's basically it. Some ideas are really simple and some of them are really complicated, but some days I feel like doing more and some days I don't. So here we have the video that I did, the one I did called Elephant Love, and it was based on something that I saw, a video that was really heartbreaking, and it was elephants being tortured and stuff because it's part of this like tradition in order to break their spirit, and I wanted to give them some love. This line here is just like a grassy hill or something. I didn't really know what I was going to do. Before it was going to be a fence, but I kind of got lazy, so it's not a fence. It's just like some kind of mound. And then here I did use two different colors, mainly because this green was dying on me, so I decided to use another green for this one, and I think another green for here. I'm not sure. But another reason why I chose this color was actually because when looking at my Instagram post, I could see which colors I used already, and since I didn't use this type of green, I decided to go for it. I would have done more highlights on this part, but I think I kind of was just trying to get marker out because this marker was dying really badly. And then a last minute decision that I had was to make her pants black to add more contrast. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's there and I can't really take it away. For this one, my idea behind it was to show off shoes. These are just random shoes I made up, and the whole concept was kind of inspired by Alice in Wonderland. So they had like these bunny ear kind of bows, and then the diamonds for like the Queen of Hearts, how she has the cards, and then like kind of ringlets for Alice. One of her dolls, I think, the big doll with the blue floofy dress, the limited edition one, which I really wanted, but now it's really expensive. Kind of inspired by that, but not completely, but kind of, you know, slightly inspired by it. Here we have another one of my favorites. This is another witch, and the idea was given to from my boyfriend, a college witch, and she's just on her way to school, flying around, because why not, right? And she has, it's just yellow. I like how it turned out, even though it's I think it's two yellows. One of them is kind of this darker yellow here, and another one is the lighter one. But I think you can barely tell. And I like how the whole movement turned out, the hair turned out, and the face, because I did try to give her like that straight, bigger nose, and like her eyes are different from other ones. So yeah, this one's just trying to go off that theme. And this one is a young mermaid with her eel friends. Someone on Instagram actually pointed out that not a lot of mermaids are drawn with eels as friends, because I guess like if you think of Little Mermaid, Ursula's the one with the eels, and then there's Ariel's beginning, and the bad lady, I forgot her name, she also has eels. So I thought that why not give the mermaid eels, because they can be cute. And I also went to the Monterey Bay Aquarium not too long ago, so the eels there were pretty interesting, but people weren't very nice to them. They said they were ugly, and I thought that wasn't very nice. I think they're cute. They're like little sea snakes. Here we have a lotus lady, a magical nymph, I don't know, some water type lotus lady, and she's just creating lotuses, and I wanted to do this kind of underwater thing, and then my markers were dying here. So yeah, this marker didn't really like me very much, and I also stopped doing the one color thing. As you can see, I did another color. Also, if you see like all these little drawings in the corners, that's just my thumbs of what I want to do, like the pose. For this one, I actually realized I don't draw a lot of girls with short hair, like really short hair, so I decided to do one with that, and I like how this one turned out. I think it's cute, and she's basically just like really into her book, and her feet are like all playing around with each other because she can't wait for the suspense or anticipation, I don't know. She's really into the book, that's all. And then we have this one, and it's an Amazon riding her alicorn, because why not? One thing I do wish I did better were the wings. I kind of just went into it blindly, and then I tried to look it up, and it kind of, it was too late. But yeah, I also wish that the horse was smaller, or the overall drawing was smaller, just because the horse, as you can see, doesn't fit on the page completely, and it kind of bothers me that only slightly off the page. I do like how it turned out though. I think it's something that I've been working towards is including animals, or like including another thing in it instead of just a girl by herself. Of course, as I turn the page, it's a girl by herself, and this girl is me. I just did a random outfit of the day drawing because I didn't know what to do, and I would do more if I wore more fashionable things, but I kind of just wear the same things because I don't have a lot of clothes that I wear out in outfits, I should say, because I do have a lot of clothes. I just don't wear a lot of them. I tried a different style for this one too. And then here we have a mermaid, and she's this color because I didn't use this color before. That's the only reason why. I don't know if I like it as much. I think it's because maybe her neck seems like it's gone, but it's just because I covered it with her hair, and that might be one of the reasons why I don't really enjoy this piece as much as I could. And then the rest of them are just kind of sketches of what I was going to do for Inktober, and then I didn't because I got kind of busy in the last 3 days. I think this happened last year too, like a couple of days, and I just stopped Inktober. Alright, and the last two that I have, I actually did in video, but I decided to show it anyways. This one was the last one that I did for Inktober for Halloween, and this one's using new watercolors. I wish I did it a little bit darker, but I did buy masking fluid now. So if you watch my last video, you'll know. And if you're curious, this is a sketch. So I did sketch it digitally, and I didn't finish it. So as you can see here, this is the digital sketch, and then I decided to just add more to it. Well, I printed it out. Then I added more to it, and then I did a really quick rough pen thing, and then I transferred it over onto here using a light box. And then here we did the same thing, a digital sketch, but the plants are drawn in by hand just to get some detail in, you know, the design of that. So that's how it started off, and then I decided to do this. I wish there were more details, but I guess I didn't really realize. And then here we have a little rough mark because I put tape here to section it off, and then I ripped it off, and then this is my little swatch corner. So that is it for Inktober for 2017. I wish I could have filmed them all. I wish that I finished it, but unfortunately I did not do that this year. I just didn't have the time. If I did have the time, I would do an Inktober video every day, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Don't seem to be able to do that. I can't even like push out a couple of videos a month. I apologize, but I'm trying very hard to get videos out to you guys. I am seeing improvement in my art, I think, especially compared to last year. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this year's Inktober. I hope to do it again next year. I also want to do Mermaid next year, and we'll see what else I can get to. It was fun doing a daily thing. I did do them the night before just because I couldn't crank it out that day since I have afternoon classes, which means the lighting would be bad, blah blah, and I would be posting like super late, so yeah, but technically I did do it every day, it's just the day before. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Keep drawing, keep painting, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!